In 2019, I did one of the most outrageous things one can ever do in Africa. I quit my job working as a psychologist in one of the best NGOs in the country. You see, in Kenya, working from home was and still is a foreign concept. People still believe in the tradition: go to school, get good grades, get a good college or university degree, go get a white collar job, buy a second-hand car, marry, and live happily ever after. A majority of people still believe that writing or any other online business should only be a side hustle. But my wife and I come from a different school of thought. We believe that we could and we still can build a successful online writing business when working from home, traveling, and working with clients from all over the world. So, when my wife and I landed our dream jobs, we had already started a side hustle in online writing. My wife, by then, was an accountant in a high-end facility while I was working for the NGO as the psychologist. And fact is, we both loved our jobs, but we still made the crazy and the bold move to quit our jobs and focus on growing our online businesses. Why on earth would you quit your good jobs? My mom would ask. This is why, Mom. We love spending our time together. We want to build something together. We want to work with, not for, like-minded entrepreneurs. We want to be our own bosses. And ultimately, we want to create jobs and not rely on the government, NGOs, or other employers. So we quit our jobs and made writing our full-time commitment. By 2021, we were fully booked. We had more clients than we could handle. So we decided to start an agency so that we can serve more clients while providing employment for the many youth in the country. For the next 2 years, we had a fantastic run with the agency. At one point, we had over 30 writers, a couple of editors, and a content manager. Everything was good until it wasn't. You see, do you know what happened on 30th November 2022? If you are in the content writing or content marketing world, I bet you do.
ChatGPT.
And as much as we didn't feel the effect right there and then, but in the coming 1 or 2 months, we woke up to a road awakening. I remember in January, once we got to the new year, we started losing clients almost every other week. Clients were dropping like flies. We went from having a very good team of over 30 writers, 7 editors, a content manager. We went from having such a team to struggling to get work for 10 writers and about 2-3 editors. It got to a point we had to let go so many writers because I remember we were waking up to emails from our writers saying they're struggling paying their rent, feeding their families, and it was so heartbreaking. There was this particular month, I remember I sent over 1,000 pitches and I didn't get even a single reply. It was so frustrating. I remember we had to sit down with my partner and discuss, at this point, what do we do? And that's when I went on a fact-finding mission to find out how do we turn this trade around. Otherwise, other than not having writers work for our writers, we'll end up not having enough work even to sustain ourselves. So I started researching all the major people in the digital marketing world, and they came across one of the most sensational person ever. I've read so many books, come across so many e-mentors, but I'm yet to come across somebody who is as impactful as the one and only Alex Hormozi. And I remember I came across him when he was just about to launch his second book. And I attended the recorded session. I remember the session was so mind-blowing. I could identify all the wrong things I've been doing in the business for the last 3 years. And that I discovered one of the biggest flaws that we had done in the business. We hadn't built a brand. Let me take you back about a year or so before that happened. Early in the year 2022, we had a business coach. I remember he kept on insisting on the importance of building a brand and the importance of using video content to increase our visibility. But I've always loved working behind the scenes. I've always been very hesitant to get my face out there because, again, this is quite new in the country. And all that attention, the one thing that Alex insists on is building your brand and leveraging video content to increase your visibility. And I remember there's one specific quote that he says that if building your brand and putting yourself out there and having that much impact on so many people is the cost that you have to pay for being out there, then I think it's a worth cost to pay. So we decided that this new year we're embarking on video content and building our brand and building the brand for the agency to increase the visibility. So here we are. And I'm very happy that you have decided to give us your attention and listen to our crazy up and down story. I can promise you that going forward, you can expect 2 videos from us.
Of consistency. I was like, the reason you aren't where you want to be is because you can't do things repeatedly. And so most people can't do one thing over and over again. You need to be able to do the doing without seeing the result of your doing. And you have to keep doing it. And if you can keep doing things independent, and this is both ways, if it goes really well, you keep doing the thing that got you there. And if it's not going well, yet, you keep doing the thing so that you get good enough that one day it will. And that's the shift that most people don't make. And I think that's why most people just stay poor. And the reality is that if you can commit to the actions and the behaviors and the traits that you will grow through doing, then at the end of this process, a decade later, you will be the type of person who can do something for a long period of time and wait. And I promise you that if you have that trait, money will never be a concern.
Every week, at least 2 videos. And these videos will cover so many things, but the 2 major categories are: 1, 80% of the videos will be about things that are valuable to you, who is in the digital marketing world, who is in the content marketing world, who is in the content writing industry. We hope that we can be able to talk about some of the issues, some of the pains that are affecting anyone who is selling their services or their products online. And then the other 20% is where I'll be having most of the fun. Me talking about how my journey building this agency, the good, the bad, and the crazy, everything. I'll be documenting it in this particular channel. I'll also be talking about, be giving you some of the behind the scenes. Behind the scenes as we work as an agency, behind the scenes as our writers are trained, because we have a writing coach, and the writing coach has weekly training sessions. We'll be recording that and also posting that on the channel. And once in a while, I'll be giving you a glimpse into our story, that is me and my wife. So it will be such an awesome journey. So again, thank you for giving us your attention and your time. If you find anything valuable in this channel, if you find us talking about something that you've encountered, or your friend is going through the issue, please consider sharing that video with them. Consider liking our content and subscribing, and we'll highly appreciate it. Okay, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day, and peace out.